My name is Eboni Harris, and I am back. I have taken a couple years off of YouTube, and I wanted to start with a video that is much requested, but not on YouTube. So I am a relationship therapist. I'm a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist. And oftentimes, at least 10 times a year, I have students that are saying, can we interview you? Can we interview you? There are thousands of students that are in grad school right now, and they're doing projects where they have to interview an actual therapist. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do an interview for everyone, so I thought I would answer some of the questions and also create a new intro or a new, at least, introduction of who I am video for my YouTube channel. The video I have is from probably 10 years ago at this point, and so I just thought I would use this as an introduction of who I am, what I do, and also a little bit of a cheat sheet for those counselors in training. So I'm going to answer all your questions. This is based on students in the past that have sent me the list of questions from their teachers. So I'm going to go through all of those. And if you have any other questions, just put them down below, and I can always make a part 2 so that, again, you can have a cheat sheet for your school project. Okay, so there are about 20 questions, so I'm going to try to answer them quickly. I'm also going to try to lump some of them together, but I will make sure to label the questions so that you can get what you need, and hopefully I answer them thorough enough, but I don't want this to be a 45-minute video either, okay? All right, question number 1 is, what is the name of my organization? So I work for myself, and my practice name is Eboni Services. It's really just my business name. As far as therapy, I also say eboniharris.com. Both of those are my business. Eboni Services is more of the overall business, where eboniharris.com is specifically where I practice therapy. What is its mission and primary goals? So my mission is to help couples and individuals live the life they desire and have the love they deserve. And I do this by helping them improve their communication, address issues around sex and intimacy, and help them achieve an overall healthy, satisfying lifestyle. Who do I serve? I am fortunate enough to serve my community. 90 to 95% of my clients are Black or African American. I work with first generation from different countries in Africa, as well as Black Americans. And I'm helping couples and individuals that want to have a more fulfilling relationship or just want to have a more fulfilling life. I also work with LGBTQ communities, as well as communities that are into alternative relationships or different types of relationships. So I work with poly relationships, open relationships, relationships that include adding people to their relationship or having sexual experiences with other people. I work with all different types of relationships, but the majority of my clients are Black Americans or African Americans that just want a better life and want to enjoy the life and the relationships that they have. What services and programs does it provide? Okay, so my business is divided into 2 parts. I have the therapy side, and then I have the speaker, podcaster, creative side. And so within the therapy side, I do individual therapy, couples therapy, premarital therapy, and I also have an online course for couples or individuals that want to have the type of relationship they desire. On the speaker podcaster side, I speak with companies. I do contract work around presenting presentations, presenting workshops. I also have podcasts. My previous podcast is Born for Relations. I'm currently working with my other business on between sessions. And so that's that side of it. And of course, YouTube, Instagram, I'm tapping back into those creative parts. But if you look at my YouTube, I have plenty of videos that I've been doing over the years. What is the administrative structure of the organization? So when it comes to my organization, for a very long time, it was just me. I do all the things. I am founder, lead therapist, admin, I do billing, all of that, right? But in the last year, I did hire an assistant, which has been an amazing relief. She is on maternity leave, but she'll be back soon. And so she helps me with a lot of the admin tasks, as well as keeping me organized as far as like my schedule and making sure I'm not like booking a speaking engagement at the same time I have a client and not double booking clients. So I do have an assistant, a virtual assistant that I use now to help with those aspects of the business. What other types of professionals are employed by this organization? So as I stated, it is just me as far as therapy. I am the talent. I am the therapist. I am the founder, all of that. But I do have a virtual assistant. How is it funded, and what insurance does this organization accept? There is no funding. So I just started with a laptop and couch in an office in the Woodlands, Texas. And so there is no funding. It just, my income is what created this. And as far as insurance, I am an out-of-network therapist, so I do not take any insurance. All of my clients pay out of pocket. I am on a couple EAP-like. They're not quite EAP, but they're more wellness programs. And so I'm on a couple of those, but even those I have stopped accepting clients from. And so I think I only have one client from one of the organizations, but other than that, my clients are completely self-pay. What types of opportunities for staff development are available? So again, it's just me. So we have a required number of CEUs we have to get every year. I make sure I get those CEUs. I go to trainings, I go to workshops, I read books, listen to podcasts, I read articles. Every year I am continuing to train myself to enhance my craft. So I specifically focus on trainings that are around relationships, sex, and theories that I agree with or that I enjoy using. I am very, very strategic in the CEU trainings, the continuing education units that I get, because I want to make sure that I am doing things that I know will directly impact my clients, as opposed to just making sure I get my CEUs in these random topics. How does it determine its client's needs, and how does it evaluate its services and programs? So as far as determining client needs, I do a consultation with every client. It's either me or my assistant, but right now it's me. I look at what they're looking for. I look at what they need as far as like if they need insurance or anything like that, and I evaluate whether or not I'm a good fit for them. If not, I have a referral list that I send, that I give them so they can try to find another therapist that may be a better fit. As far as evaluating the services and the programs, I am a therapist that continues to check in with clients as we go through the process. We're always looking back at goals and seeing where they are within their goals. A lot of times with couples, I have them rate different areas of their relationship. So we always come in and look at rating them again to see if is improvement. And then, of course, when it comes to my course and things like that, or speaking engagements, we have feedback forms where people can let me know what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, what they would like to tweak, or what they would wish was different. And that helps me evaluate the program. What is the professional counselor's job title? So I am founder/relationship therapist. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and a licensed professional counselor, but a lot of times people don't really know what that means or, aren't necessarily sure. So I just say I'm a relationship therapist to make it easier for everyone. What does a typical day look like? Number and types of clients, administrative activities. So my days are split into two different types of days. I have admin days and I have client days. So on Mondays and Fridays, those are my admin days. For the most part, in the mornings between like 7 and 9, I'm checking emails, I'm replying, I'm writing my goals for the day. I'm just kind of setting my day up for what I need to do. On Mondays, I will sometimes have a founder meeting with my business partner for my separate business. We'll have a meeting just to check in on our goals and see what's going on, any business we need to talk about for the week. And then after that, I will start working on projects for that business, but also making sure I'm staying tuned to the projects that I have going on. So Monday is more of a development. What do I need to get done? What creative aspects, planning out videos, things like that. So that's what Mondays are for. Friday admin days are similar, morning, checking emails, things like that. Then I typically am doing my notes, meaning I'm uploading all my notes from the week. I am doing any billing, so I'm checking in to make sure everybody has paid. If they haven't, I'm running cards. If cards don't go through, I'm calling people to check in about cards, things like that. And then I'm probably recording content. So literally today is a Friday, and so I'm recording content. Fridays I also will sometimes edit as well, if I have the time to do that. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my client days. So the mornings are about the same. I probably wake up around like 6 or 7. I might try to do like some healthy self-care stuff first, and then between like 8 and 9 is when I'll get started checking emails, seeing if I have new clients and they haven't filled out paperwork, checking in with them, calling clients, returning calls, checking voicemails, all that kind of stuff. I start seeing clients at 10 o'clock. I see clients from 10 to 1:30. 1:30 to 3 is my lunch break, and then from 3 until 7 is my second part of my day. I try not to fill my schedule. That's not true. I fill up my schedule most days. So I'm usually seeing around 15 to 20 hours worth of therapy. I say hours because it's not exactly clients. When I work with couples, I do longer sessions. So I'm typically doing between 15 and 20 hours worth of sessions. And my goal is to keep it under 17, but that is not likely because I hate telling people no. And I also hate, people like to have the momentum of therapy. So I try to, I typically am scheduling around 18, 19 at minimum. And then of course, if I have cancellations, then it keeps me still in that range. So that is what a typical week looks like for me. What are the challenges of the counselor's position? So some challenges that I face is that I do everything, right? So it's just a matter of time management, trying to find balance. I'm really, really big on not working on the weekends because I do work so much. My work days, I work about 10-hour days during the week. And then, of course, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and then Mondays and Fridays, I probably still work at least 8 hours. So my weekends, I don't do anything. So really trying to make sure I have that balance between work and personal life, making sure I'm staying on top of any tasks that need to happen. Of course, finances and taxes and all the legal stuff and my CEUs and all of that, making sure I'm staying on top of those things, making sure I'm staying on top of keeping my license renewed. So the biggest challenge is just, it's a lot of work. And I think the biggest challenge is that as a mental health professional, like wanting to make sure that you're actually helping your clients, right? I am often like, I'm often worried about whether or not my clients are really getting something from it. Although all the feedback I get says yes, although the number of clients on my waiting list says yes, I get a lot of referrals from current clients. So, but I'm always wanting to push myself to make sure that the clients are actually getting what they need from my services. What are the benefits of the counselor's position? The benefits are I'm the boss, right? So I get to choose what my days look like. I've kind of been in the same schedule for a long time, but I'm actually thinking about switching it up a little bit, where I might end up having a little bit shorter days, or I might extend my break a little bit in the middle of the day, taking days off or taking weeks off here and there a little bit more often than I currently do. So that is what the benefits are. It's just that I'm the boss, so I get to kind of twerk. I'm the boss, so I get to tweak what my days look like. I get to tweak when I'm working, when I'm not working. I also am very, very clear on the type of clients I want. I do not work with kids at all. Even teenagers, like I used to say I would take them, but anytime there's another person that has to sign off on this person's therapy, I'm not working with them. I don't take insurance. And if there's a couple that I feel like we don't fit for whatever reason, I could just refer them over to someone else. So being able to really decide what my business looks like and then move it in that direction is the biggest benefit. I worked a lot of agency jobs before this, and while I still love the work a lot of the times, sometimes the red tape and all of that just made it a lot more difficult to enjoy it. And I knew that it wasn't the type of life I wanted. I knew I needed to work for myself to have a fully content and happy life. What types of knowledge and skills are critical to performing well in this job? So obviously you want to be a licensed professional. That's number one, like being a licensed professional. And then just making sure you're continuing to hone in your skills, your own skills as far as like communication. How are you at active listening? What biases might you have that you need to be working on? It really does take a lot of skills to be able to like put your own emotions and whatever you think and your opinions on the back burner and make it all about the client. How does the counselor think his or her workday is similar to or different from other mental health professionals who work with the same client population? I think my day is probably pretty similar. I have a lot of friends and coworkers and people that I consider my colleagues, even though we don't work in the same business. But my colleagues that work with couples, right? Because when I need to refer to somebody, I need to know these people, and I want to really know them. And so for the most part, the people that I know that are fully in private practice have pretty similar schedules. Maybe they work later, maybe they work earlier. Some people may work on weekends, but for the most part, it looks the same. As far as like most people aren't starting before 10. Most people aren't going later than 7. Hopefully they're putting some breaks in between. But yeah, so the day-to-day probably looks pretty similar. What are some of the things the counselor does as a mental health counselor that he or she never expected to? I do a lot of admin work, so that is probably the biggest thing, right? I do a lot of admin work, and I think being able to tap more into my creative side, the way I met my business partner was through social media and finding a way to use social media for my practice and to build awareness of who I am and things like that was really fun. I've kind of taken a break, but now I'm getting back to it. But yeah, so I didn't know how much I would be able to like use my creative side, and even the idea of like exploring these other ways to help people that's not just one-on-one counseling is really important to me. And so I don't think I necessarily thought about that directly, but I knew, what counseling would be, and I knew I wanted to work for myself eventually. That just happened a lot quicker than I expected or that I planned. What does the professional counselor do to prevent burnout? For the most part, I am very strict to my schedule. There are just days I don't see clients. And I used to be a lot more flexible. Probably like 3 years ago, I might be like, oh, if you want to see me one day, I will. Even though I'm 100% virtual, I still keep my time to myself. I know I have clients that would love for me to work until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I know I have clients that would love me to work on Fridays or Saturdays. I choose not to do that because that is the only way I'm going to prevent burnout. I see a lot of clients on those 3 days I work. That is a lot of mental work. And that is a lot of time spent focusing on other people's issues and helping guide them and things like that. Plus, again, the admin days. So my weekends are for me. Obviously, sometimes I do a little bit of work on Saturday mornings if I'm like, oh, I got time, let me just kind of finish this up. But I do not see clients on weekends, and I also try not to do a lot of work on weekends if I can help it. Most of the time I'm not. Like 90% of the time my weekends are for me and my client. During the week I don't see people, I don't see my friends, I don't see my family. Sometimes I do, but for the most part that's just like, this is my work time, and then I make sure on my off time I am off and I'm enjoying myself. That's all the questions. So I hope this was helpful to these new counselors. Or if you're just someone who's interested in knowing more about being a mental health professional, I hope this was helpful for you as well. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down below. Feel free to subscribe, all of that. I would appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Bye.